Greetings. I am Eileen, the heart healer, and I want to introduce you to a very special lady. Her name is Linda Postyn, and she is a member of the Heart Healers Ho'oponopono membership community. Welcome, Linda.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Oh, truly my joy, actually, to be able to share this time with you. Linda, to get started, I wonder if you could share a little bit about who you are for those people that are watching this video.
Sure. I am retired. I'm actually 74 years old. I'm married for the second time. My husband and I are married 18 years. A little fun fact about us, we were together 15 years before we got married. We each have 2 children, grandchildren. I have 4 granddaughters from the ages of almost 5 up to almost 8, and a pair of twins at 7.5 in there too. They're my joy, as I'm sure most grandmothers would say. And I'm living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I used to own a ladies' consignment store. I closed that over 5 years ago. I just felt I had to keep busy, so anything that was left, I'm selling on eBay. I just do little things. I help a neighbor with her bookkeeping. I help another friend with her eBay store. So I am keeping busy.
Retired and still needing to not relax, even though what is Florida, the retiree capital of the world, but
Absolutely.
not so many retirees sit still and do nothing anymore, for sure.
Right.
Well, thank you for sharing that. So you're a relatively new member of our community, and I was wondering if you would share with our listeners, our viewers, what was your initial reason that you decided to join the community?
When I first heard about Ho'oponopono, I was curious. I had been looking previously into guardian angels, but I didn't quite feel a connection there. And when I heard about this, I thought, this might be something. Let me look into it. I think I started just because I was curious, but I did feel a connection. I felt definitely a stronger pull towards Ho'oponopono than anything else. I had become spiritual in believing that there are angels with us, and I feel that there's a connection. And that's why I just said, okay, this is for me.
Had you studied anything about Ho'oponopono before you joined the community, or had someone shared with you about it that opened up your awareness to it?
Yes, another member had shared it, and I said, well, let me look at it. Let me see. I did a little bit of reading on it, but it was still a big question mark in my mind. Got
it. So how many months have you been a member about? Do you remember?
I think it's probably about 6 months now.
Wonderful. It's a reasonably good period of time to be able to assess the benefits that you've received. So in having a consistent Ho'oponopono practice, what have you, if you could share a little bit, what have you experienced that you would perhaps describe as a benefit?
I feel a peace when I do the cleaning. It just makes me feel peaceful. It makes me feel sort of, if you want to say, right with the world. It just is a feeling that it's hard to describe. I think I just have that peace that comes over me. It's a, you might call it a stress reliever. because
Okay.
a lot of times I'll use the cleaning under stress, and I'll just close my eyes and I'll do a cleaning, and before I know it, I'm like, okay, this is good, this is calm.
I think that your language is really quite descriptive. So don't sell yourself short as not having the right words. I think anybody can appreciate that, a feeling of peace and what that might feel like for them, right? And thank you so much for sharing your experience of using Ho'oponopono as a stress relieving tool, because I use it for that as well. But I love that we can use it for so many different things. So if you can share, what are some of the things, are there any, let me put it this way, are there any other things other than for stress reduction that you've used Ho'oponopono that you've noticed a benefit for?
I do use it for my businesses, to clean for the opening of income channels, to be able to make some money. I have found that has worked. The first time I tried it and I got orders, I was thrilled. It's like, it works. I was just thrilled. So
Amazing.
that's,
Amazing. A lot of people think of Ho'oponopono because it's referred to as the ancient Hawaiian problem-solving process, that we tend to focus it on, or focus on using it to address problems. But I love that the example that you gave, Linda, shows us that we're able to use Ho'oponopono to clear a pathway between where we are and where we choose to be. So it has many different applications. So that's a great example. Thank you for sharing that. So tell me, if you will, you've had 6 months that you've been participating, and you are someone that does choose to participate both in our weekly support sessions as well as in the private Telegram group, which I'm very grateful for. What benefits could you share with our viewers that you've experienced being part of a community that focuses on Ho'oponopono and conscious heart connection?
I think the biggest thing for me is knowing that I can talk about the good and the bad, and the other members of the group are so supportive. That to me is the biggest thing, is not being afraid of saying something, of saying whatever the problem is or whatever the situation is, and getting support from people in the group. It's wonderful.
Thank you. I love that everyone in the group is so generous. And I think that's why I was guided to refer to everyone as heart healers that are members, because I don't know one person that's a member of this community that is not beautifully heart-centered, kind, compassionate, and generous with their support. And definitely judgment is not part of this community at all, which is probably what makes you feel safe enough to be able to talk about anything and know that you've got an audience that can love you through it, which I like.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. So Linda, last question. What would you say to someone that was listening to this video and was deciding one way or the other if they'd like to join the Heart Healers Ho'oponopono community? What would you say to them?
I would say, give it a try. If it's something you're thinking about, give it a try. See if it's for you. It may not be, but on the other hand, I can't see how it could not benefit everybody. I have told my friends who have expressed problems or situations that they may be in, and it's like, you got to try it. You got to, here's the website, or here's the Facebook page, and check it out. And that's my my come on and join us kind of thing.
I
It's,
like it.
you know, just the feeling is wonderful.
Aw.
It's such a good feeling.
Thank you, Linda. I'm so
You're welcome.
grateful. And thank you so much for taking this time out of your busy schedule, even though you're retired, and sharing with us. I am so grateful. Thank you.
You're
Have a
so
blessed rest
welcome.
of your day, honey.
Thank you.